Give it up, guys.
Oh wow, we have a great crowd tonight. Okay, for anybody that doesn't know, I was actually born and raised in Mexico. Are there any Mexicans here tonight? Oh, my backstabbing friends. What's to be expected, right? I don't know why I trust in these people. Well, what can I say? I'm surely I'm disappointing you guys too. I'm always disappointing people because, frankly, I'm a very lousy Mexican. They didn't even want me in Mexico. I don't tan, and I'm actually a bit pretentious too. So yeah, I'm a very lousy Mexican. You can name it, like burritos, salsa, sombreros, mariachi, soccer. I could never get behind any of that. Like dancing, salsa dancing. Some of you like salsa dancing, right? I can see it on your faces. Yeah, well, so, you know what I think about salsa dancing? I mean, I respect that you do it, right? I have to, but it looks like a very primitive mating ritual, doesn't it? I mean, I'd rather leave it to the birds. They are more colorful and graceful too. What else can I say about being a lousy Mexican? Oh, I should also mention that most of my life I've been drug-free primarily. And that's because I didn't want to remain impoverished, right? And in Mexico, for sure. So, okay, so like I said, I'm from Mexico. There's a chair here. So I'm originally from Mexico. What is this? And I just recently moved to Toronto like 2 years ago. And recently I began employment, which meant that I had to shop around for a handbag because I was going to embarrass myself using my graduate student knapsack on my job, right? I have to go to meetings, supposedly. So I used all of my critical thinking skills, all the critical thinking skills that I've developed in graduate studies, supposedly, to shopping a handbag. And what's up with women's handbags anyway? I mean, they're like beautiful, right? I still want one. But they're useless. They are very flimsy and small. And I was debating getting a 400 plus Coach handbag. But then I thought, have you seen women with fashion handbags like on the TTC and so forth? Like they usually are carrying their like very dainty, feminine fashion handbag in one hand. And on their other arm, they're carrying like a hideous grocery shopping bag full with crap. Like, lady, you're ruining the silhouette. All your money's going the drain. But I get it. I mean, you need to carry a lot of crap around to keep yourself like properly clothed, properly functional throughout the day. So I finally found my perfect handbag, and I found it in a hunting equipment store. I knew this handbag was going to be perfect for me because the label said that it was meant for hunting, shooting, and professional construction workers. Actually, I think this bag is a good bag because it was meant for a man. So I got it and it's working great for me. What else can I tell you about being raised in Mexico? My mother's a single mother. She's awesome, guys. However, she's quite absent-minded. Very absent-minded, I would say. However, this turned out to be great because of this, I was able to develop awesome life skills. The life skills that brought me here, of course. Like, for example, most grown-ups would be mindful of their children, right? When you go out to grocery stores, to restaurants, whatever. I was the one that was usually mindful of my mom around. By the time I was 6 years old, I was paging my mom around grocery stores, like without breaking a sweat. I would go to the nearest grown up, take me to your designated manager, I need to page my mother. And they would be like, oh little girl, you're lost. Aren't you scared? I didn't really know what they were fussing about. I would be like, no, I mean, she has to come back. She comes back eventually. So yeah, that's one instance where she's absent-minded. She also does this thing. Oh, I know. She does this thing where she is constantly losing things throughout the house, And when she needs them, she asks for them. She doesn't know she cannot name them or describe them. Like she will be doing whatever and she will be screaming like, bring me the thing that I'm always using when I need it now, give it to me now. What are you then at? And at some point in my life, I developed like an unnatural empathy with her, like I would be able to know what she needed from her face expressions, from her tone of voice, from the time of day. And yeah, the weather and like, what is she wearing right now? Does she need this? Does she need that? And she will be really happy with this. Oh, great, you brought this book or socks or whatever. What could have possibly taken you so long? So yeah, figures. You can never please these people. There was an instance, actually, I remember this. Okay, so I was 5 years old, and there was a spring festival, a Mexican spring festival for preschoolers. And supposedly, we were little kids, right? We were supposed to be dressed up. So the little girls were supposed to be dressed up as little glittering butterflies, and little boys were supposed to be coming down dressed as cutesy bunny boys. Okay, so my mom didn't get the memo, and she dressed me as a cutesy bunny boy. No, Devin. Okay, she dressed me as the only one little cutesy bunny girl. I was the only girl dressed as a bunny that day. This was very conflicting for me. She tried to cover it up by feeding me carrots. She actually had carrots around. I ate all of them because I was very anxious. But she actually covered it up. She told me that it was okay. I could be a bunny because I was special and different. Different as you will never fit in society. Different. Yeah, it was a prophecy. But that's okay. Actually, I'm probably making my mom sound awful. She's not awful. She's actually a great oncologist back in Mexico. She's like diagnosing cancers and stuff. We are really proud of her. What else can I say? Well, like I'm saying, right? I've been employed in Toronto. I have a job now. So that makes me, you know what that makes me? You know what you're seeing right here? I am a successful immigration story right here. I am ready to be on Canada's brochures. I am ready for that. Just bring it on. However, well, it wasn't always like this, believe it or not. And fortunately, my family always supported me, especially my mom. Because I didn't know if I had what it takes to make it in Canada, right? So I would call, Mom, I don't know if I have what it takes to make it in Canada on my own. And she would be very reassuring. What do you mean you cannot make it in Canada? I have it here on the front page. Their mayor smokes crack. You don't even smoke crack, do you? Well, no. Maybe it's time you start. It will help your career. Thanks everyone, you've been great.